No, Eddie.
And we're quiet. And Mom can be the model. When I say modeling, you will be here and ready to go. We're moving into input. So again, we are recognizing statistical questions. We went and found the age of 5 classmates and wrote down the standard. So now you're going to see why we did that. Okay, so we're in input. Kathy, that's your name now. Okay? You have language discipline words. Go ahead and draw your gate icon. Your language discipline now. Your first word is data. Data. Data is a set of information collected. So you're collecting a set of information. It's collected about people or things. So you can collect data about people or things. So, again, you can collect data about people like we did about the ages of people. We can collect data about things, for example, pets, okay? Maybe the type of sports teams someone likes, okay? The second word is called statistical. You're going to be really great at writing this word. A statistical question. Statistical question. What is that? It's a question that asks about, a set of data that can vary. Vary meaning it can be different. A question that asks about a set of data that can vary. That means it can be different. Not everyone in this class was going to be the same age, right? Yeah. When I asked Travis, Lawrence, Jaden, Zach, and Matthew how old they were, 4 of them were the same age, but Lawrence was not, okay? So that is me asking a statistical question because all of my answers can be different. That's what a statistical question is. That means all the answers you get, all the data you get can be different. When you have those language discipline words, please put your pencil in here. Awesome. So let me give you an example. I might say, what are the ages of my classmates on March 17th? What are the ages of my classmates on March 17th? Now, this is a statistical question because everyone is not going to be the same age. If I said, how old is Lawrence? Can his number vary? Can his age vary? No. It's just going to be 11. So that's not a statistical question when I ask, how old are you, Lawrence? That's not statistical. But if I ask 5 different people how old they are, can my answers be different? Yes. And that means it's a statistical question. That's it. Oh, light bulb. Light bulb. Shh, we're staying quiet. So again, you want to write that to be down as a statistical question. That is a great example of a statistical question. Okay? So again, if I said, how old is Lawrence? I know how old. Well, looking at my data, Lawrence is 11. But is that question statistical? No. Because his age is not going to change in a matter of 1 minute. So you're going to say it is not statistical. Now with Common Core, you have to explain your answer. So it is not statistical because the question only asks for one piece of information. Lawrence's English. At a time. It only asks for one piece of information at a time. Please write that down. Because on your quiz, it's going to ask you, is that statistical? And you're going to say yes or no because, and then explain yourself. Pencil up. Now we are going to write the steps to determine a statistical question. The steps to determine a statistical question. Easy, okay? Steps to determine a statistical question. You're going to be pros at spelling statistical.
Yeah.
Step 1. Look at the question. Look at the question. Easy. Step 2. Ask yourself, is it giving me one piece of information? Because if it does, it's not statistical. Is it giving me one piece of information? Or ask yourself, are there many answers? So is it asking me one piece of information, or are there many possible answers?
Yes.
And the last step, right? If it is statistical or not. That's it. Easy. See, you're already doing statistics. While we are finishing the last step, Model, do you want to come on?
Wait, what's the last one?
Last step is right if it's a statistical question or not. Oh, multiple classes. I like it. We're waiting for a couple people to finish. Are we ready?
No.
Just relax.
I'm ready.
Good job. Thank you, Travis, for having your pencil up in here. Thank you, Zoe. Steady, keep talking. Hands down. Alright, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Modeling. Oh yeah. Spoon, spoon, spoon. Woohoo! Thank you for your modeling. Alright. Thank you for giving her a hand. Now we're going to move on to modeling. Now this is going to require a little bit of writing, so shake out your writing hand.
Really?
Alright, here we go. Here we go. We'll take it a sentence at a time.
How about we just go?
The New England Aquarium in home to over 80 penguins. Just do that first sentence first. The New England Aquarium in Boston is home to over 80 penguins. Very good. Everyone's writing this down. Continuing. Which of the following questions actually, which of the following is a statistical question a biologist could ask about the penguins? Which of the following is a statistical question a biologist could ask about the penguins? And of course, we have to explain your reasoning. Common Core wants you to explain your answer. Pencil up when you've written that nice paragraph down. Let's see if sweet. Awesome, yeah. So here's the first question. How much does the penguin named Pip weigh this morning? How much does the penguin Pip weigh this morning? Now, looking back at my steps, step 1 tells me to look at the question. Okay. Talks about a penguin named Pip, and what do they want to know? How much he what? Weighs. Now, I have to ask myself, looking back at my steps, is it giving me one piece of information for an answer? Or can there be many answers? How much does Penguin the Pip weigh this morning? He can't weigh a bunch of different things in one morning.
Penguin the Pip?
No, he cannot. We're not talking. So, they want to know how much Pip the Penguin weighs this morning. If you got up and you weighed yourself this morning, it's not going to change this morning until you eat, of course. So, how I would answer this is I would say, question A is not a statistical question. And I have to explain my reasoning. Because it only asks for one piece of information. That's your answer. That's your answer. Question A is not statistical. Write the answer down. Because it only asks for one piece of information. It asks about the penguin Pip, and it asks how much he weighs this morning. That's all it asks. Pencil up when you've written that answer. It only asks for one piece of information. How much he weighed this morning. Hold on, I'll get there. Well, let's check out question B. Question B says, how much does the penguin named Pip weigh each morning on 30 different days. Ah. They ask how he weighs each morning for 30 different mornings. So are you going to get a different weight every morning?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
He might weigh something different. He might weigh, 3.5 pounds one day and 3.7 the next morning. He ate a lot maybe that night. His weight is going to vary. So how are you going to answer this question? Easy. It asks you if it's statistical or not and why. Okay? So you're going to answer question B is a statistical question. Because it asks for the penguin pip's weight each morning on different days. The information can vary or be different. Vary means the information can be different. It's going to be different each day. That's basically it. A statistical question is when you get a set of data that can be different each day. Just like your ages can be different today than they are tomorrow if you have a birthday. But if I just ask Travis how old he is, that information is not going to change today. He'll still be 12 today. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
That was all question 1. Whew.
What? Oh,
What, Miss Graham?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness. It's so much. I know, the notes will be a lot of writing, but then the homework will be...
No, the homework
We're
should
just
be
gonna
done.
ask a bunch of people.
Shh. No. Here we go. Number 2. Another biologist. This will be a little different. Another biologist asks how old the penguin named, different penguin. This one's named is Royal Pudding. His name's Royal Pudding. Another professor, biologist, asks how old the penguin Royal Pudding is. Now, is this a statistical question?
No.
Very good. So he's like, hey, you know that penguin named Royal Pudding? How old's that guy? We looked at the question. Is it asking for one piece of information or many different?
One piece.
One. So if it's one, is it statistical?
No.
No. Okay? So your answer to this question is no, because it is only asking for Royal Pudding's age. This gives me only one piece of information. That's it. Explain yourself. No, it's not a statistical question. Why? Because they only give you one piece of information. Now, there's a flip side to this. They'll give you a question, and you have to determine if it's statistical or not. The other side of it is they're going to give you a situation and ask you to come up with the question. Got to use our brain a little bit. Okay? This is the last one we'll do before checking for understanding, so stay with me, okay?
Sorry.
I know. This is the last one, and we'll move around. Move around for checking for understanding. We'll We'll stretch in a second after this couple. All right, here we go. We can bust out one more. Bongos
Bongos.
are a kind of antelope. They're called bongos. They're a type of antelope that live in Central Africa. So that's one piece of information. Bongos are a kind of antelope that live in Central Africa. Bongos are unusual because both males and females have horns. They both have a horn. So they're unique because both the male and the female have horns. Now, this is where the opposite effect comes in. Write a statistical question. A biologist could ask. So now we're coming up with a statistical question. And we have to remember, to make it statistical, we can't just ask something that gets one piece of information. So, option 1. Option 1, I can say, what is the measure of all the bongos' horns? Did I do it correctly?
Yeah.
Why? Maverick?
So you were asking for many pieces of
Right, I'm asking for all the bongos. Right, Connor? I'm asking for every bongo's horn length. So I'm going to get a bunch of different answers and not going to all be the same length. So that's good. That's a good example. There are many different questions you can ask. There's no right answer. So let me give you one more option. I might say, what is the weight of the largest bongo in the group? Did I do that right?
No.
Why not, Matthew?
Because you only did one piece of information.
Yeah, I'm only getting the largest bongo's weight. So what could I change, William?
Well, you could say, what is the weight of each horn?
What is the weight of 4 bongos in the group? That could work. What else can I say, Lauren?
What is the weight of the largest bongos?
Largest bongos in the group, many of them. What else could I say? Yes, Picasso.
What is the weight of the largest bongo in each group?
In each group, good. So I can change it to use the word each group. I can change it to maybe, what is the weight of the female bongos? I can maybe change it to 4 bongos. So that would make my question correct.
Get it.
Go ahead and stop the recording, Aisha, when you're done taking your notes.